Good morning. This is the recording for Friday, November 3rd. I still cannot figure out what's going on with my AirPods. They don't connect properly to Facebook. We can only hear background noise and not my voice. They connect well with everything else. So it must be Facebook Live AirPod Pro connection issue. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. As you know, so far we have gotten to the bottom of every issue that we have encountered. Um, the beauty of this particular challenge, or the silver lining for this particular challenge, is that you will see the same view that we always do, just at different times. As you know, I wake up early. Now is 6:30, but maybe sometimes it will be even darker. So you'll see the sea and the ocean in different colors, and maybe finally I will be able to record something on the other side of the island. But I hope that I will get to resolution soon and we can do our regular life practices. And yes, of course, I will just record them and post them as I have been doing this month. I will be posting them at the same time as our usual practice, 7:30 a.m. Guatemala time. Anyway, today let's talk about how forgiveness can play a huge role in our personal growth. Desmond Tutu writes, "When I am hurt, when I am in pain, when I am angry with someone for what they have done to me, I know the only way to end these feelings is to accept them. I know that the only way out of these feelings is to go through them." We get into all sorts of trouble when we try to find a way to circumvent this natural process. But growth happens through obstacles and through resistance. A tree must push up against the dirt, the solid resistance of the ground, in order to grow. Muscles grow when we apply a counter force of resistance against them. A butterfly struggles against the cocoon that surrounds it, and in this very struggling that makes it resilient enough to survive when it breaks free. And the most recent example is this. My AirPods don't work through Facebook Live anymore all of a sudden. Well, I will learn something through this experience and I will have an additional knowledge under my tool belt. So we must struggle through our anger, grief, sadness, and move through pain and suffering and our way to forgiving. When we don't forgive, there is a part of us that does not grow as it is intended to. Let me repeat this because I find it very important. When we don't forgive, there is a part of us that doesn't grow as it is intended to. Like the butterfly, we must become stronger and more resilient, and we will transform. We cannot just remain frozen in a chrysalis of non-forgiving. We would totally understand if the Dalai Lama, after more than 50 years in exile, was embittered and full of hate for the people responsible for this. But instead, he had made the choice to forgive. And he is one of the most joyful and compassionate people you'll ever meet. And we all admire people like this, don't we? People who grow through forgiving. We can all strive to be this way, but it doesn't come easy. We must choose forgiveness over and over again and cultivate it as a quality of our character. Sometimes we're able to forgive quickly and sometimes more slowly. And if you find that you are still resistant to the idea of forgiving, This is totally okay too. Just be sure to examine your resistance. Many people carry grudges for years because they believe this will somehow hurt the other person. In truth, it only hurts the one who carries the grudge or resentment. Many of us live our lives believing that hating the person who hurt us will somehow end the anguish, that destroying others will fix our broken, aching places. Well, it doesn't. So many seek this path of revenge, and it is only when they stand in the aftermath of destruction, amid the rubble of hatred, that they realize the pain is still there. The loss is still there. Forgiving is the only thing that can transform the aching wounds and the searing pain of loss. So today, let's do the opening to the light of forgiveness practice again, where you examine the boxes with hurts, grudges, and grievances, and let them dissolve into the light of forgiveness. We have done this practice quite a bit at the beginning of our series, and then we moved on to others. So it would be really interesting to see how this will land for you today, now, after having integrated so many concepts and techniques around forgiveness. So take a comfortable position, and as always, take a few moments to settle. Settle into your body, your heart, your mind. Settle into this moment, right here, right now. Let your breath be nice and soft, completely natural. Just see if you can get some sense of spaciousness in your breathing, so that all the experiences of the present moment can flow through you without struggle. Now imagine yourself in a safe place. This may be indoors or outdoors, whatever feels safest for you. In the center of your safe space, there are many boxes. They are labeled. The inscriptions show hurts you have yet to forgive. Maybe the labels have the names of the people who have hurt you over the years. Maybe they describe the situations that still provoke pain. Whatever it is, choose just one of those boxes, one of those hurts, and open it. Rolled or folded or crumpled up inside are all the thoughts and feelings the hurt provokes. Take a few moments to go through them. What are they? If you're ready to empty this box, which is completely your choice, bring your hurt into the light and examine it. So bring this box into the light and examine it. You can unfold the resentment you have felt, set it aside, smooth out the ache and let it drift up into the sunlight and disappear. So one by one, every emotion, every thought, every feeling, every physical sensation associated with the hurt, let it drift into the light of forgiveness. And of course, if any feeling seems too big or too unbearable, just set it aside to look at it later. You can come back into the space at any time of your choosing. I'll be silent for a little bit so that you examine every thought and sensation around this hurt and either let it go into the light of forgiveness or set it aside to be looked at later. When the box is empty, let it sit in your lap for a little while. Then remove the label from this box, and as the label comes off, imagine the box turn to sand. The wind will just sweep it away. You don't need it anymore. There will be no space left in your heart for this particular hurt. Of course, there may be many more boxes still to be emptied, and that's okay. Remember, you can repeat this exercise later and as many times as needed. For now, just place your hands on your heart and thank yourself for this deep, powerful work you've just done. Send yourself the energy of gratitude and loving kindness. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and mind. May I feel safe, protected, at ease. May I know deep, natural peace. And as always, as you gently let go of your practice, scan your body and notice how you're doing right now. Physically, emotionally, mentally. How are you really? And as you go through your day today, I invite you to contemplate or journal the discoveries you made in this session. Did this practice feel different today than it did a month ago when we tried it for the first time? If it felt different, then how? Were you able to open up to the light of forgiveness? How easy or challenging was it to try and release just one of the hurts, imagining it as a box? And please remember, there is no wrong way of doing this. It's your process, your timing. Trust it. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a lovely day, and I will see you tomorrow.